Thanks to the fast input feature, you can easily import existing invoices, credit notes, receipts, or various documents into Billit. If your company is connected to PayPal, invoices sent by supplier using the PayPal network will also automatically appear in fast input. You can check if your company is connected to PayPal by clicking on My Company and then on the e-invoicing tab. Next to each type of identifier, such as the VAT number, you will see Register to PayPal if your company is not registered on the PayPal network using Billit. Documents that you do not receive using the PayPal network, you need to provide manually. These can be UBL files, PDF files, or images. We recommend that you use UBL files that have an XML extension because in that case, Billit does not need to perform optical character recognition. This means that UBL files will always be read completely accurately, whereas PDF files or images, you need to verify the data in fast input. In Billit settings, you can activate the option to automatically process UBL files in fast input. This way, all UBL files sent to Billit using PayPal or email will automatically be classified as expenses. Through the Billit mobile app, which you can install for Android and iOS, you can easily take a picture of a receipt and send it directly to your Billit account. Other invoices, credit notes, and miscellaneous documents are best processed by computer. Click on Fast Input. In the window at the top, you can drag and drop files from your computer or manually select them using the Upload button. You can also forward attachments using email to your company's unique Billit email addresses. With the first email address, files with multiple pages are processed as a single document. With the other email address, all pages are added as separate documents, which is useful when sending documents in bulk using a scanner. Optionally, you can automatically forward invoices from your mailbox with an email rule. At the bottom of the screen, you will see the files that have been successfully submitted. Here, you can prepare files by selecting those you want to merge or split. In the splitter, you can either press Ctrl and select the pages you want to process as separate files, or press Shift and select the pages you want to group into one single file. When the files are submitted and if necessary split or merged, click on an invoice under To Process to process it. On the left of the screen, you can see the invoice and on the right the fields with invoice data. If it's a UBL file, you will see the UBL label above the invoice, and the data will be correctly copied. If it's a PDF file or an image, Billit will try to place the data in the correct fields using text recognition. Therefore, verification is necessary. First, indicate whether you're dealing with an invoice, receipt, or another document. For receipts, you need to fill in fewer fields than for purchase invoices, and the general cost type is used instead of a specific supplier. Documents are not invoices, but you can still digitally archive them and share them with your accountant through Billit. If the document is an invoice, select whether it's a purchase or sale, and optionally whether it's a credit note. If you notice that your own sales invoices are being recognized as purchase invoices, add your account number under My Company so Billit can recognize them better. For a credit note, you can always select the relevant invoice so the amount to be paid is updated. If the supplier already exists, Billit will normally recognize them. Otherwise, a notification will appear indicating that new suppliers were found in the document and that you can easily add them using the plus icon. The supplier data is then retrieved from the VAT database. Verify the supplier data and click Save to confirm the supplier. If you want to easily pay the invoice later, you can add the supplier's account number by placing your cursor in the account number field and clicking the account number on the invoice in the left part of the screen. Billit will also warn you if the account number on the invoice does not match the account number in the supplier's file. This way, you can easily fill in all missing fields by clicking on the data to place text from the invoice into the active field. Check the date and due date, and if necessary, adjust the payment status and method. The payment reference is also used when you pay this invoice later using Billit. Under the advanced settings, you can adjust the VAT if necessary, for example, when it concerns an intra-community delivery. It's also possible to add extra text on the PDF yourself, which will be visible when the invoice is exported to your accountant. You can also add internal information that's only visible for you and your accountant. Finally, fill in the invoice totals per VAT rate so that they appear correctly in the overview. If you use the VAT declaration option in Billit, You need to make sure that you assign the correct cost type to all expenses so they are accurately included in the report. When processing invoices, you can also adjust the VAT deductibility and professional use if necessary. When the data in the right part of the screen is correctly filled in based on the document, click on Save and Next at the bottom. The document will now move from fast input to income, expenditure or documents. In the expenditure screen, you can follow up on expenses that you have added using fast input. You can also pay these invoices using payment files and QR codes generated by Billit or directly from KBC Touch. Select one or more invoices and click the Pay button. You can edit the payment info and use a QR code to pay the invoices one by one if your mobile app supports EPC QR codes. Or you can download a single payment file to pay the invoices in bulk. If you selected several invoices, you can also pay them on the expiration date. To do this, click Switch All to Due Date. Please note, some banks require you to sign your payments in your banking software per payment date. In that case, you will have to sign your payments several times if you want to pay on different dates.